Hey, everybody, it's Colin Wilson with the Action Network, and let's review our new college football power rankings, the top 10 after week 2 of college football. All right, still in our number 1 spot is the Georgia Bulldogs. No sweat in week 2. We didn't even hear from them. They still stand at the top with a firm lead over the rest of the field because number 2 is the Ohio State Buckeyes. They come in about 6 points less, and from a power rating perspective, they would be 6-point underdogs to Georgia on a neutral. They fill in the number 2 spot. 2 weeks of playing MAC schools. We'll see what Ohio State's got with the rest of the schedule. Up in the number 3 spot, the Texas Longhorns. Yes, they established themselves dominance up in Ann Arbor. Don't suspect we'll see Michigan anywhere near the top 10 again. Texas looked great, and every asset on both sides of the ball. They deserve their credit. And right now, I would make them a 6.5-point underdog to Georgia on a neutral. Now, number 4 comes in the Penn State Nittany Lions. A lot of trouble here with Bowling Green. You can call it an overlook. You can call it, I didn't care about this game. Not sure what's going on with the Nittany Lions there, but they are definitely on a watch. They did lose a point in the power rating, but they still slip in at number 4. Number 5, the Alabama Crimson Tide struggles with South Florida through about 80% of that game. Definitely was a revenge factor from last year. It didn't look good from the offensive line perspective. They needed some explosive plays from freshman Ryan Williams at the end of the stretch to even win that game and then make the score look respectable, which it wasn't the entire game. 96.5 is their power rating over at the Action Network. That would make them an 8-point underdog on a neutral to Georgia. Coming in at number 6, the Oregon Ducks. Not a good showing whatsoever against Boise State. This is a team that was up number 2 in our slot. They've fallen all the way down to number 6. Their power rating has fallen so much they would be a 9.5-point underdog to Georgia on a neutral, and I would probably end up taking the Bulldogs if those two played each other right now. Oregon did not protect Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel did nothing to promote his case for the Heisman Trophy winner. At the same time, the defense did not have an answer for Ashton Jeanty of Boise State. Oregon, a little bit of a free fall. We'll see if they can pick it up going into the Civil War in week 3. Coming in, number 7, Ole Miss Rebels. Still, no issues here. We are having 40-point-plus spreads, and Ole Miss just doesn't care. They keep covering. Jackson Dart looks electric, but they need some competition. Ole Miss sitting about 12.5 points less than Georgia in the power ratings if they were to play each other on a neutral. Number 8, the Missouri Tigers. What's going on with this defense? What's going on with this offense? They look electric, but they haven't played anybody, and you should get used to hearing that because the Missouri Tigers do not have a tough schedule whatsoever. Definitely have Alabama circled later this year. Right now, I would make them a 15.5-point underdog to number 1 Georgia on a neutral field. Next up, number 9, USC. Yes, they continue to roll. It was a sleepy spot coming in against Utah State. This USC defense, which has been made fun of for years, justifiably, they didn't allow a point to Utah State in a sleepy spot, overlooked going into a bye. Then they got Michigan. They didn't need this game whatsoever, and they were stellar. Trojans in at number 9. And then finally, Miami Hurricanes coming in at number 10. Nothing might stop this team from getting even better, but as of right now, they'd be a 16-point underdog on a neutral to Georgia. We're just going to have to see how Cam Ward handles pressure and a bad game at some point for the Hurricanes. It's going to come on the schedule. But right now, they slot in at number 10 in the power ratings from Action Network. That will do it for our Action Network power rating top 10. Moving on to week 3. Good luck.